Hey guys, welcome back on this Sunday night. Tonight we are going to be looking at all of the stocks. This is your compilation video for Sunday. All of the stocks on screen, along with some of the other ones which I've been filming tonight, are all included in this episode. As you guys will by now know, this is simply a compilation video, simply just all of the videos rolled into one. If you do enjoy it, please make sure to let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment. But with that being said, we might as well get straight into it. I hope you do enjoy, and I hope you all have a good week upcoming. Thank you guys, let's get straight into it. Good evening guys and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are looking at Plug Power Stock. We're looking at the moves that we've seen over the past week, and I'm giving you all of the levels that I'm looking forward to going into the next week. If it sounds like a good episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. At the same time, please remember this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. Now you come out here to the 5-day chart and you can really see how much things are moving up. Over 57% up over the past week. The past month over here shows us an even bigger context where we are up over 160%. The question is, of course, where do we go from here? Now, the thing that's concerning me more than many is this level to the upside. Now, I am pretty impressed by the fact this stock held on to the 350s over the last couple of days, and if we do see this hold going forwards into the next couple of trading days, things could be very, very interesting. At the same time, you do want to see this one retest levels such as 389, 390 for a potential push onto $4. It seems that touching that 389 395 mark is the key level of resistance on this one going forwards into the next couple of days. Now if you see this one move to the downside, initial levels are looking like 375. Below that you're looking to 350, 355, 357 potentially. And if you see a drop below that, you're looking for initially 340 and below that 320. The thing here, guys, I think there is a lot of potential, right? But you may be coming to a point where we may be about to find some consolidation. I think the fact that we were able to find this bottom on the Friday in the late part of last week is a very good sign, but it's going to be about seeing if this holds up. I would be a bit apprehensive to buy right now. I personally think that better buying opportunities may come in the next couple of days, but as always guys, as you know, that is just my opinion, and of course, not financial advice. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you for your time, and I do hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking tonight at Neo stock, which on Friday was down by 2.5%. Over the past 5 days, the stock was up by about 8%. Over the past month, the stock was up by nearly 30%. The question is though, where do we go from here? And what are we looking at going into the next couple of days? Well, over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If it sounds good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. At the same time, do remember this is not financial advice. Now, I've been really impressed with Neo over the last couple of weeks. You guys will know by now, if you've been looking over the past few months, that the stock has been in this trend continuously for a good few months now. You go back down to the price range of the 330s, 340s, stock was sat right down there. Then we had a major breakout with a bit of a sell-off and a bit of consolidation. For the second leg up, which took us higher, same thing happened again. Then we are seeing the same sort of trend coming in here. The question on my mind now is, are we going to see that consolidation? Are we going to come back down to touch these levels? Or do we have the potential of breaking out? And for this to make any sense, we've got to establish some key levels. Now to me, there are a few levels to the upside that do make a lot of sense. You initially want to see this one break above levels such as 775, 776. Resistance you are seeing here and here too. If you're able to break that, I think you could be looking to retouch levels like 790, 791, as you'll see resistance here and here too. I think beyond that, 795 and also potentially up to 805 levels in that range. If you do see this one break to the downside, levels are looking like 760, 767, 770 round about this point, and also support level, resistance level here as well. You're then looking below to levels such as 760 and below again, which could take us into the 750s. I think the stronger levels of support are when you come down to the 730s, 738, 735 levels that we've seen in this range too. If you do see the stock drop below that, you're looking to go back down, in my opinion, to the $7 range potentially, where things do not necessarily get concerning, but I think we have a higher likelihood of seeing that consolidation. The point I'm trying to make here is we are coming very close to a breakout period. It's very much about seeing if that breakout actually happens. I'll give you guys more updates as the week goes on. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you for your time and goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a video here on Opendoor stock. Opendoor on Friday was up by 1.25%, and over the past 5 days, you are now seeing the stock come to a point where it's down by 6.57%. The past month here is up by 21%, begging the question as to where we go next. If you zoom out a little bit, you are seeing, despite the fact we are declining on the chart, it does appear to be the case that that rate of decline is recently slowing. And I think this week could be a big one for Opendoor stock. Over the course of this video, I'm giving you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If it sounds good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, remember, this is not financial advice. Now, like I say, I think this week could be a big one for Opendoor stock. We are seeing some very nice consolidation in the early to late part of last week, actually all the way through last week. You're seeing that obviously decline at the start part, but coming into the mid part, you are definitely seeing a bottom forming. You don't want to see the stock really drop below $8 in the next couple of days. If you do, you could be looking to retest levels such as 784, 785. And levels below that could be as low as 760, potentially even down to the $7 range on the head. I think this is definitely a moment to watch for. And again, you do want to see this one find supports as soon as possible. Now, levels to break to the upside, well, you are looking at quite a few of them. I think the initial level that you're looking for is 845. Beyond that, you are looking to retest levels such as 880, and I think beyond that we are also looking to touch on levels such as $9, $9.10, potentially $9.20 from there. I think $9.20 and beyond, things do get very interesting for a retest of $10 and above. That is all potentially to come. So yeah, I think this is going to be a very big week here, although of course that is just my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're looking tonight at Litecoin. And if you come over here to the charts, you can see Litecoin is down today by 1.36%. Over the past 5 days, the trend here has been an interesting one. We're going to be speaking about this as Litecoin could be coming to a very key level of support over the next couple of days. If you do enjoy these videos, please make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe. Although at the same time, please remember, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Now, the first thing that I'm asking with Litecoin, especially given the 1 month chart, is are we going to be able to sustain this recent high that we have seen? Litecoin's come from a price of 100, 105, something like that, all the way up to where we are right now, which is of course well in excess of the 110 mark, actually touching close to the 120s. Now, the first thing that I'm looking at is resistance levels. I think resistance levels are going to be touching around, initially, 120. The next level from there is actually a little bit higher, 120.50, 120.60. I'm noting this here and also more recently here. I think past that you are then looking to levels such as 122.65, and then beyond that levels such as 124.20. Resistance here and resistance here. Now you could see a break above that as we are seemingly moving up ever so slightly over the last couple of days. So if you find a support relatively soon, could go on to retest this high again for a potential breakout onto higher levels. Now, if you do not see this out past the 5 days, you are looking for a potential decline. We don't want to see this one drop below levels such as 117.80. That is a key level of historical resistance, and also here as well. And below that, you are looking at levels such as 116, 116.10, and below that potentially down to the 113 range, where we have seen a lot of historical strength as well. So a lot to play for, guys. If we're able to hold this one, I think things look good. If not, as I say, you're potentially touching the 113s, 112s again in the next couple of days and weeks. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and I do hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking today at AMD stock, and this one on Friday was down by roughly 3%. Over the past 5 days, we have seen the stock really begin to neutralize though, and you can see over the past month, we are now coming up to a point where we're asking questions about potentially breaking through key levels. Over the course of this video, I'm giving you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If it sounds good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, but do remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So simply put here with AMD, the thing that I'm looking for the most is to break out of key levels of resistance. You have seen over the last couple of days, the stock's really come up. We've tried to break above levels such as 170, 171 to no avail. A lot of resistance here, just like what we saw back here on Wednesday the 27th of August, or 26th I should say, the Tuesday. Right, so you come into that point again where you're asking questions as to whether we're going to be able to hit that. And that's the first level to retest. Now fortunately, the stock is actually coming down to levels that we have seen a lot of historical support at. You're looking at levels around 163, you're seeing support here. here, you're seeing support here as well. So of course this is something to watch out for going forwards. If you see a drop below that, you're looking to potentially push the 159 range. You are then looking into the 157 range, 155, something like that. Now to the upside, levels that you're looking to touch, 174, 175, potentially onto 177, 178. And I think that's where things get particularly interesting. One of the most compact levels of resistance is in this range, in my opinion. If you touch that, you're looking to retest 180, where things again are going to be quite difficult. But if you're able to do that, you're looking then to test 185, again potentially going on to new highs. I think things here have come down a lot, of course, but we have now recovered, we are now consolidating, and we're trying to retest these levels to the upside. I think really when you view it in that context, things are moving very, very nicely. However, that is just my opinion, and of course I am not a financial advisor. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Dvlt stock. This is Dvlt. We can see that on Friday this stock was down by 12.4%. However, over the past couple of days, it's safe to say this stock's been moving upwards. We've moved well in excess of significant moves, right? You saw the stock just a few days ago on the 16th of September being priced around 39 cents. Now you're seeing moves well above $1, $1.20, so things here are very interesting. I think given this context, things do change a lot, and I think when people see days like this down by 12% or more, concerns do creep in. And of course guys, I'm not a financial advisor, these videos are not financial advice, but in my opinion, when we do see these moves down of 12%, you've got to view everything in context, right? This stock is up absolutely huge. Things here on the long time frame are looking very good. And even in the short time frame, I would say this $12 mark, or this 12% down, I should say, is a relatively good sign. We are not dropping below key levels of support, levels like 110, levels like $1.05, and $1 on the dot, right? We're still able to stay above those. And going forwards into the next week, this is still the range that I wish to maintain. If we see a drop to this point, it isn't ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Now at the same time, levels to the upside, 120, 123, 125, you want to see the stock remain above that range, which is something which I do think is possible. I think the higher you can find the support, the better. The RSI is now cooling right off, and I think again in context this drop of 12% was essentially something that you do need to see from time to time to build consecutive and consistent levels of support with the stock. So overall, I'm looking to find a support as soon as possible with this one. I think above $1, 1.5, 110, 120 are the key levels that I'm looking for a potential push on those highs, 150, 160 and something like that. That's just my opinion guys, of course not financial advice. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye for now. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking now at GameStop stock over the past couple of days. Now on Friday, GameStop stock was down by just under 7%, begging the question as to what comes next over here. And over the course of this video, I'm sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions based on what we are seeing right now. If it sounds like a good video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But as always, do remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Now, jumping straight into this video, a few things do stand out to me. We are seeing this stock somewhat hold on to support ranges roughly like 25. This is going to be one of the key levels to watch out for, right? You've seen this one hold historically back on the 25th. You're also seeing this one somewhat hold around about, well, Friday, right? We have seen a brief dip below that down to the 25.17 range, something like that. We do not want to see the stock really begin to drop any below that, as we are then looking for supports in the 24 range, the high 24s, which is significantly less than ideal, I should say, and it takes us out of this great growth channel that we've been in for a long time, right? So we really want to see this one stabilize as soon as possible, ideally with a bounce at the 25.20 range, as we are looking for in the next few days. If you do see that, you are looking for a potential breakout, which could take us up to levels such as 26.20, 26.30, 26.40 as well, for a potential push on to the 26.70s up to 27. This is all a key range to watch in my opinion, guys. I think the next few days are going to be very interesting. But yeah, GameStop is up huge. Things fundamentally, in my opinion, are looking very good for the company. And do bear in mind that we are now coming very much into the oversold range on the RSI. So it could be argued that we are coming to a point where we're looking to find a support. We are coming to a level which has held up in the past, again, most notably here. So you could be looking at finding that support for a potential bounce back up to the upside. However, that is just my thoughts and opinions, and I'll leave you guys to come up with your own. Thank you for your time, goodbye for now, and I hope I'll see you soon. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at BURU stock. This is Buru stock, which you can see on Friday was up by just under 1%. I think this stock has got a very interesting week ahead. I'm giving you all of my personal thoughts and opinions over the course of this video. If it sounds good guys, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, I'd like you to remember, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. But with that being said, let's jump straight in. Now, as I say, you can see on the charts here, this one has been moving up significantly over the past couple of weeks. We actually saw a peak well in excess of 30 cents. We've now come down quite a bit, and again, in context, I do not see this as being too bad. RSI was certainly very much in the overbought range. That is now taking the time to cool off, and we are finding supports right around the 23 cent range. I think this is going to be a very interesting week, as we do want to see these supports ideally hold up. You could be looking at a dip down to the 22 range, but that wouldn't actually be too bad in context. We have seen some support there. I think a drop below that does bring a little bit of concern. You could be looking to retest levels such as 2160, 21 for a potential push down if we see it lower than that to 20. I really don't want to see this one break any below the 19 range, 1980. 18 would be very much a concern in my opinion. Now, in terms of upside potential, I do think we have a lot. We need to break above a few key levels first. Most critical level, first level as well, is going to be 24 cents. Past that, you are looking to push on 25, 26 for a potential push on to 27 and beyond. The next level past that, I think, is going to be 27.30, so up to 28 from there, for a potential retrace of the 31 cent range to go into highs like 31.50 all the way up to 32.33. Now, is that a little bit ambitious at the moment? I would say yes. But again, what you do see is what I would see as somewhat ideal at the moment. Stock has gone up a lot, that's fine. Now finding a bit of a drop off, but the rate of decline is slowing somewhat. So finding that support, ideally as soon as possible, is going to be great. I think this is a good sign of things potentially to come, but I would still urge a lot of caution. As always though, I'm not a financial advisor, so you guys should do the decisions which you find best. Thank you for your time, and goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're looking here at AMC stock today, and we saw AMC stock on Friday falling by around 2.8%. The general trend was to the downside. At the same time, you are now seeing in the last couple of days, the stock from about the 4th, 5th of September is now beginning to move up significantly, retesting levels such as $3, $3.15 and beyond. I think this is a very interesting time to be looking at this stock, as we are potentially looking to test levels higher, levels such as $3.15, as I say, potentially onto $3.20, where things get particularly interesting. Now, first, let's have a look at levels to the downside. If we see this one continue to drop, what could we be looking at? Well, I think you're looking at strong supports around about $2.93 exactly as well. I think if you see a drop below that, you are potentially looking to retest $2.95 for a potential push from there, right? Because you've seen a lot of strength here in the past, again back here and also here too. This is a key level to watch out for. Levels below that, in my opinion, would be around about 280, 285 levels that we've seen here and also here too, right? With here as well, I should say. So this is a key level to watch out for. I think drops below that do begin to concern me. You could be looking at dropping out of the 280 range to 70s coming up next, which would not be ideal. Now, to the upside, levels that we would be looking at, well, we do have a few levels if we can get the chart back up, right? A few key levels that we're looking at for the upside with this stock. In my opinion, a few stand out to me. For instance, on the short time frame, I think you are initially looking at levels such as 315, 320, potentially on from there, with 310 being an actually key level before that to note as well. I think a push really out of 320 is a significant move. It takes us right up out of these historical levels of difficulty here, here, and also here, right, for a potential push onto levels, as I say, into the 320s, which could be particularly interesting. From there, you're looking into the 330s and beyond. I think that is where we go on to retest levels levels and where we start to ask questions about a potential breakout. Levels are relatively high, but we're not really into the overbought range on the RSI, so things are relatively healthy over there. It's all coming to a point now, guys, where I think things are consolidating in the early to mid part of this month, begging the question, right, do we have that potential to go higher from here? I think that is absolutely a possibility, but of course that is just my opinion. It very much depends if these levels hold up. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye for now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are looking today at Smci stock, and on Friday this one was down by 1.03%. The question is, where do we go from here into the next week? And over the course of this video I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions, as well as some of the key levels that I am looking out for. If it sounds like a good episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always though, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Now jumping straight into this one and looking at recent levels that we have seen, as I say, we are now coming to a point where we're asking questions about a potential breakout. You are now coming up to levels such as 53.55, levels coming up to historical resistance ranges. And this matters because we are actually seeing resistance around this point. You're also seeing resistance around 52.50, 52.40. Levels that we actually have seen work as a resistance briefly in the past around here. Essentially, we are now coming to a key level where we have a lot of support and resistance. You are seeing support levels around 51.40, levels which are similarly holding up relatively well right about here with a little bit of a wick to the downside, right? So you are seeing these levels somewhat hold up. Levels to the upside, you are looking to touch above 52.60, you're looking to touch above 53.54 from there, right, where things get particularly interesting. I think if you break above 54, you do have that potential trend moving significantly up from there, especially if you get into the 54.20s, 54.30s. So that is all something to watch out for on the upside. Now, of course, with the momentum now taking us up significantly from these $40 lows, you've got to ask questions as to where we go next. And is there that potential for a downside? Yeah, of course there is. What levels would we be looking at to the downside? Well, I think initially you're looking at very strong levels of support. These levels are around 49, I should say, 49.20, 49.40 as well. I say this because you are seeing that hold up here. You're also seeing supports in this range here and also here too, with potential supports around here as well, right? So this is definitely a level to watch out for. I think drops below that take us down to the 47s, and drops below that could take us into the 46.50 range, support in that range here, all the way potentially down to the 44.50s with a lot of support in this channel. Actually quite a lot over a long period of time here, here, and here too. So these are the main key channels that I am looking for into the next couple of days. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this going forwards. Thank you for your time, guys. Hope you did enjoy the video, and good luck. Remember, of course, I am not a financial advisor, so do make sure you are doing your own research. Goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking today at MicroStrategy stock, which on Friday was down by 0.2%. We're asking the question as to what could come here next into the upcoming week with this particular stock. If it sounds good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always though, please do remember this video is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. Now, jumping straight in, a few things stand out to me. I'm very impressed with how the stock began to move up in the last week or so. You know, the question after we dropped out of this historical range of strength was, where do we go? We saw the stock drop well into the 300 range, actually down to 290s I should say, before rebounding very, very strongly. Now, things become very interesting, as we are coming up to and have actually bounced off of a key level of resistance that we've seen 3 times now. You're looking at ranges around about 358. Again, you're seeing this here, you're seeing this here, you're also seeing this here too. So the question is, are we able to go up and retest this? Now I think here, so far, it does appear that we are building a relatively strong base to potentially retest. And if we do retest, especially having bounced off of this 3 times, especially if we break above this, right, the question is, where do we go? Are you looking up to the 372 range? Are you looking potentially onto the 380, 390 range from there? Well, all of that is of course a possibility. But I do think that is a little bit off in the distance right now. My concern is whether we actually drop. So levels that I'm looking for to the downside, 345, 345.50. Levels to the upside initially are at 353. 3. Levels past that, as I say, are up in the 357 range, with 358, in my opinion, up to 360, confirming a potential breakout. And I've been saying this for a long time, right? 360, 365, in my humble opinion, is the sign of a breakout on this stock. Now, to the downside, a few levels to look out for. You're looking to see if we hold supports at 339, 336, 335, and below that going back down to the 324, 325 range. Now, of course, that is less than ideal, but again, it is a historically strong range. I would like to see this one move up, right? That's my objective for this week, but I just give you guys all of the levels that I am looking for. Again, both to the upside and the downside. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this down in the comments. Thank you for your time, and goodbye for now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking now at BBAI stock, which if you have a look on Friday was down by 1.1%. The question on a lot of people's minds right now is, where do we go from here? And over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. Now, the first thing that stands out to me, and I would like to note as well guys, do your own research, I am not a financial advisor, but the first thing that does stand out to me is that we are actually coming up to and bouncing off of a historical and important level of resistance. You are looking at levels such as 730, 735 as this range. You can clearly see it on the recent charts, right? A lot of resistance breaking above that here. You're seeing the same thing here, and here, and here, and here, and here. This is a range that we just have a lot of difficulty getting above. The good news is, historically, when we have gone to this, it's been a very quick ride up to the 790s, $8, $8.25, $8.30 and beyond, right? So this could be a very interesting breaking point if we do continue to consolidate and push up again to or past that range. Another good sign potentially is the strong levels of support that we find around $7. It does appear to be the case that these are holding up recently. You're also seeing these levels hold up again in the past. You're looking at here, you're looking at here, you are also looking at here, here, and here too, right? So just whilst the levels to the upside are potentially challenging, you're seeing a lot of historical strength to the downside, which is also something to pay attention to. So, for the most part, guys, these are the key levels that I'm looking for, right? I think things are now coming up very nicely. RSI very much consolidating, very much coming into the neutral range, and I think things going forwards could be very, very interesting to play for. I'd love to hear your personal thoughts and opinions, but for me, it's that simple. I'm looking to see if this channel holds up either to the upside or the downside. Upside is a huge, great sign. Downside is slightly concerning. Just my thoughts, guys. I'd love to hear yours, as I say. Thank you. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are looking tonight at Rzlv stock. Now, on the Friday, this one was up by 8.2%, begging the question as to where we go going forwards into the next week. Over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If it does sound good, and if you do enjoy the video, please make sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. But at the same time, I'd like to remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. With that being said, let's jump straight in. And the first thing that stands out to me is how close we are coming to key levels of support. You're going to want to watch this one going into the next week. You are finding historical ranges of support roughly around the 6, I should say, right, not the 8, the 670, 675 range. You're seeing this hold up all through this period. You are also seeing this here, and to a degree, you're seeing this here too. This is going to be something that you want to watch into the next couple of days, and we are coming very close to that level. So again, potentially bouncing off of that is going to be a make or break. If you see a drop below that, you're looking into the 6s, the 650 range potentially, and potentially even below that into the 640 range, where we have got other historical levels to watch out for. Now, I think a drop below that does begin to become concerning. In an ideal world, we will bounce off of this range and start moving to the upside, where we will see difficulty roughly at levels such as $7, resistance here, resistance through this range, also and here too, for a potential push on up to the 730, 735, 740, 750, and potentially onto the 770s and $8 as you are seeing in this time frame, right? So I think things here are recovering extremely nicely. Again, a bit of consolidation wouldn't be a bad thing with the RSI coming so high. Again, it's just about being cautious, as we may see a drop down again to these historical levels, significantly lower in the 650s, potentially into the 640s or even the low 6s, right? So you're going to have to watch out for the levels to the downside. Again, if you move to the upside, I think there is a lot of potential, but we may see a little bit of a cool off, if not some consolidation, or even a slow uptrend before we actually do begin to see the real moves. So be cautious to either end. These are just the key levels that I'm looking for. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. We are looking at RGTI stock today, which on Friday was up by 13%. We're asking the question as to where we may be going from here. If it sounds like a good episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But as always, please remember this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. Now, looking at this stock going forwards into the next week, a few things to note. Of course, the first one being how much we are up. This has been a very impressive run, especially considering that on the Monday, or even the Friday, I should say, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, we have seen this stock be at ranges in the $15 range. We're now well above that into the 40s, right? So more than doubling. The question then becomes, where do we go from here? And the thing that I'm looking for now is a potential consolidation period with a potentially small sell-off as well. I think this is absolutely a possibility going forwards into the next week. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. Just like what we saw here when we saw this run up, we did of course see a little bit of a sell-off, a nice consolidation, which allowed for the next potential push up. I do see that as being a possibility going forwards into the next week, in my humble opinion, right? I don't see that as being a bad thing, but again, it does give our indicators time to cool off. It gives us time to establish nice levels of support and then potentially establish the next run up. Now, levels to watch both to the upside and downside. Being as we are very close to that high, you're looking to push above the 40-50 range. Again, from there, you could be looking to test new highs. The question is, though, where do we go to the downside, especially with the RSI being so high? Well, you are looking at initial supports potentially around about 38.20, potentially below that, around about 37.80, with potential levels lower than that at $33.97, $34, where we have seen historical supports here and resistance levels way back here, right? So it's definitely to play for, especially given this recent incline that we have seen. But again, I would be anticipating, in my opinion, and of course not financial advice, a little bit of a cool off into the next couple of days, which could present a better opportunity going forwards. That is of course just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down below. Thank you. Goodbye. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Soun stock. Now this one on Friday was actually very neutral, up by only 0.06%. The question is, where do we go from here, especially given everything that we've seen recently? Well, over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If you do enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But do as always remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. With that being said, jumping straight in, Soun stock is looking very, very interesting going forwards into this week. The first thing to note is that we are coming to historical levels of resistance. You're seeing resistance right around the 1860 mark. You are also seeing resistance right about 1910, 1911, all the way up to the 1930s. We weren't able to break up there recently, with the high being right around $19 on the dot, but it is something to certainly watch out for going forwards into this week, as if we are able to retest the 19 range and break past there, you could be looking at a new high coming in. That's just my opinion though. Now, levels to the downside, and these are arguably going to be some of the more critical levels to watch out for. You really don't want to see this one dropping significantly below ranges, in my opinion, such as 1720, right? That's a key level to watch out for. You're seeing a lot of support in this range, above this range, and also at this range here too. We've seen this here too as well, so it's something which has got some strength, and we actually did retest this on Friday, right? So a drop below this would potentially signal a drop to lower levels from there. Especially with the stock recovering so well, we want to see it maintain levels where we're at. Now, despite the fact that we didn't really see much growth on Thursday or Friday, I think a significant thing to watch is the fact that we are now finding some very nice consolidation, and we aren't really dropping significantly below these key levels to watch out for. Now, going forwards into next week, this is going to matter a lot. I want to see this one consolidate with ideally a slow push upwards, giving the RSI time to cool off and putting us in a much more neutral range. I think from there, like I say, you're looking to push the mid-18s for a potential push onto the $19 range, where things do get particularly interesting. Those are just the levels that I'm looking for though. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time, and I do hope I'll see you again soon guys. Goodbye for now.